How I reinvented my routine to hit 100K in less than 90 days. Guys, it's all about daily inputs that you do. We're on track. We have done almost 23K in total this month. So not hoping, we will hit 100K this month. And to be honest, I have been focusing on content a lot. So the reason why I'm making this checklist is because I've kind of changed things around the past couple of months. And I actually want to show you guys because it has just helped me a lot. Because I'm not a winter person. I hate winters, by the way. I would much rather live in a desert, to be honest. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you don't have a good routine or day-to-day action, you're not gonna make it, to be honest. So my entire day is split up in these sections where it's morning, midday, night, and then healthy tasks, right? Now, first and foremost, what I want to do is that you have to take up the identity of a person, right? You have to think of yourself as, oh, I am a person who makes X, Y, Z money, whether it's 10K, 20K, 30K, whatever the amount is, the amount doesn't really matter. What matters is that you having the ability to be that person and act like that person and think you are that person, right? Because if you just go straight into the action, it's not going to work out. You first have to mentally see it, you have to adapt to it, and then you go ahead and do the task. Okay, so I'm not going to give you the specifics of what I do, right? But the point is that I have a morning task. This is when I wake up, and usually, now I'm going to tell you my summer and winter, so it's going to help you both. So in the summer, it's pretty simple. I wake up around like 8ish, right? 8 to 9 o'clock. And then I just work for 2 hours, hit the gym, come back and just do my work, right? Now in the winter, it's kind of different because the nights are longer and the day is shorter. And also it's cold. So I don't like it at all. So what I do is that I wake up a little bit late, around 10. And then I just, go straight to the gym. And then I would just, come back and work. That's my kind of my routine in the winters. And the reason why it works so well for me, because at night, I actually increase my hours. And also there's this daylight stuff. This is such a it's so crap. It's just BS. Client calls get shifted up, everything gets shifted up. So I moved to as more the night. But the point I'm trying to make is that you have to see what type of person you are. Maybe you love winters, maybe you love waking up on a cold morning. I don't know. You're crazy to me if I'm gonna be honest. You're a psychopath to me if you love waking up in the winter. Everything is hard, guys. Like, why do you love it? Sorry, I'm going on a rant, but why do you love it? Like waking up is hard, training is hard. You're more prone to injuries, all that stuff. Like why? It's all good. I don't understand the whole grind stuff and all that. But back to the video. Then the midday task and then the night. Now these are levels of where my thinking is throughout the day. So when I'm in the morning, I'm most creative. So when I'm working in the morning, this is when I'm thinking of all the ideation and what basically I'm going to put out in terms of content. Now, for the past couple of months, since I've started even my business, most of it have been just referrals and outreach. That's what I've been kind of be focusing on. Content was not my forte, but I was looking at if I want to actually build leverage and, scale at really good pace and actually, do things, I have to do this stuff because the thing about outreach, right? Like if you look at this, outreach is a linear growth. When you do content, it's exponential growth. I could put 20, 30 minutes on a video and it could get 1 million views and that's an exponential growth and just thousands of leads, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that if you're not making content, please make it. That's the first part. But second thing is that I, in the morning, always and always would focus on content, ideas, and what am I doing, right? So scripting of the YouTube videos, ideation of the YouTube videos, how I'm gonna make the YouTube videos, talking about what did we do wrong, what am I doing right, kind of doing an analysis of the day. I also use Twitter, but Twitter is more so just for networking, meeting people, talking to new people, thinking even about that. So it's basically 3 ideas, right? And my checklist is pretty much the same. And also, if you're not having a checklist, you're being a complete idiot. Have a checklist, please. Have a checklist. It's super important. I'm not a fan of time blocking. Time blocking is super bad because if you don't hit that time, you feel like a loser and you are always going to feel bad. And life is, I think most of you guys who are, I'm 18, I'm an adult round, boom, I'm hunk. But the point is that if you are not going to have, time blocks, if you're not, so you don't feel like that. Like life happens, a lot of things are going to happen to you. So why would you add a time block where you cannot work, 1 2 3 p.m. I have to do this, just do the work. My time block is all of these tasks that I have, these 5 plus 14, that's what, 19, 19 plus 5, 24, 27 tasks, right? I have these 27 tasks. These should be done by the time I go to bed. That's my time block. That's my everything. If these are all done, it doesn't matter because sometimes I do things super fast and sometimes I do things super, low. Sometimes, in the midday tasks, that's where my productivity kind of drops and when I'm I'm not thinking, I'm just doing a lot of work. This is when I in between record my videos. That's when I like basically go into just execution mode, and I'm not thinking. I'm just kind of like brain dead and just like working on things. So talking to clients, talking to people, managing stuff out, talking to my team, and just basically hopping on calls, doing all that sort of stuff, right? That's what I do in my midday task. Now, night again, I would say around like 9ish to like 8ish p.m. That's when I like, again, get into that flow state where there's not much noise, where I'm just, relaxing a little bit. I've like, I'm fed and everything is good. That's when I again go and, start thinking of competitor analysis. What's my competition doing? Where is the market going? And then I also go ahead and think about, okay, what can I do? And what did we do? Okay, why did this video only got like this many views? Why was the engagement high on this one? Why was it low? Thinking, I also post on TikTok if you guys want to like have a laugh or something. I make like these Sora videos. You guys can check it out. It's super funny, by the way. And I'll tell you about what this is. Basically, I use Sora to promote like any sort of YouTube video. So I'll make different scenarios where I am basically in the guide, like when I did the TGR breakdown funnel. If you haven't watched it, watch that video. But when I did that video, right, I would just put TGR, like XQC and TGR arguing about not watching my video, or TGR knocking down XQC because didn't see my YouTube video. Funny stuff like that. But this is again all ideation, all sort of things that are coming in, and just again talking with the team, celebrating the wins, what happened in the day. But the point that I'm trying to make with this video is that if you guys have a really good routine, right? If you are like really strict with it, you can make as much money as you want. Like most people don't understand the power of it and like how good this stuff is. Because people think about numbers, they think about execution. But to me, if you have a good idea, right, and you can change things on a day, they matter. If you're changing things by 1%, that's a 30% incremental change in things, right? Even if it's 0.5, that's 15% change every single month. So what I do, and this is my trick, this is the way you can call the life hack, is that I go in there, right? And I basically put 3 tasks, which are on this whiteboard, where I take 3 new complete ideas which I haven't done and then execute on them. So it could be like sending out emails in a different format, or maybe it's sending out emails to more people, scraping with a different scraper, or like any new changes I put on that board and I do that as well. So I'm doing minimum of 30 tasks a day. If you remove the health one, it's 27 tasks a day, which is 95% work. Now, of course, there's like, praying and all that stuff. And also one more thing, put everything on the checklist. The reason is why, because first of all, it does 2 things. Everything becomes work. Life is work. So you start thinking in that manner. The second thing is that you will not forget stuff, and you will not have, like weird times where you want to like brush your teeth. Of course, I don't brush my teeth. Some people do, right? But like it could be like eating food, which is what I do, right? Or doing this. So that allows me to, calculate that time where I could be eating, where it could, in the entire day would take like 45 minutes for 3 meals of the day that I eat, right? And just like going about that. And I'm a little bit psychotic about it. Like I'm really, really like if my routine goes ups and down, I'm pretty upset. Because like this is like my backbone of everything. Because guys, like we are doing good at this time. 2 months ago, we were not doing good at all, and everything was falling apart. I lost money in my crypto wallet. A bunch of things were happening, and like even the past those months, people were leaving, all that sort of stuff, refunds. And because I have a good routine, right, I can just look forward to the routine. I don't care externally what's happening, right? It could be going all shit. It doesn't matter to me, right? It could be going all bad. But because I have my routine, because I know if I do X, Y, and Z task, I'll end up somewhere, it gives you that confidence. A lot of people lack the confidence, and basically when they're scaling, because they put so much value in there. Oh, because content is working, so I'm just gonna do content all day. Oh, because outreach is working, so I'm gonna outreach all day. And that's why you lack that, basically, that consistency. And consistency is one thing. Another thing I want to talk about is that being consistent is only like half of the equation for success. The other half is trying your best day in, day out. Like you have to be consistent, but you also have to push every single day to be better. Because you're not going to get paid if you're not the best. Like the reason why Charlie Morgan or someone else will make more money than me is because they are better than me. Simple as that. They're doing it more than me. They have better team, they have better things, they have better resources than me. That's why they're beating me. That's the only reason, right? Not for long, of course I'm going to beat them. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you have this routine thing down, you can then have the confidence to scale up And this makes so much sense in the grand scheme of things, because it doesn't matter what's happening. You don't need the external like validation from the numbers you're putting out. You don't need that anymore. What you need is just that, okay, I did my daily inputs. I don't care if I'm winning or losing. Things are going to be all right. Or things are going good because I did my daily inputs. It gives you that sort of mentality and confidence to go out there and do more or do less, whatever the case is, right? And I do a lot of tasks and everything is kind of like I do a lot of like sporadic work. I'm networking, I'm talking to people, I'm making deals. Like I made like almost like 15K just out of like, just connecting people, like zero work done, talking to this guy. So I also do that sort of work here and there because I like it. I love meeting people, all that stuff. But the gist of the video, what I'm trying to make is that you have to first need the identity to be like, okay, I am XYZ. I'm a person who makes 100K a month. Okay, now how would 100K a month me have a routine? He'll put out content, he'll put out long form short, he will put out a referral system, he'll talk to his client, he'll get better results, all this sort of stuff, right? And then you do this, and then what's happened? You have the confidence, and then you actually achieve it. That's the game. That's it. It's not that hard. And if you want to do the same, make yourself a checklist, do that on a daily basis, try to do it, complete it before going to bed, and you will make money. It sounds dumb, it sounds insane, but it works. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.